Hello and welcome to Inside the Playbook presented by Hoosier Network. I am Gabe Jenkins, and I'm joined by Noah Seuss and our producer Lane, and today we have a special guest, Cooper Minton.
Hello, everyone.
All right, so today we're going to be talking about the NFL Conference Championships and eventually get into the Super Bowl matchup, and then talk a little bit about the coaching carousel that's happening in the NFL right now. But first, let's start with Patriots-Broncos. Low-scoring game. 3 points scored in the second half there, but also lots of snow.
So I'm going to say Jarrett Stidham had the greatest first drive.
No. Second drive. Second drive
of any quarterback ever seen. He looked like Nick Foles out there in 2018. But then he just fooled everyone. It was none of that the rest of the game for the Denver Broncos offense.
Yeah.
And you can't blame the Broncos defense for anything that happened. They gave up 10 points.
10 points is
very
good.
Is kind of what I was expecting, just with how the defenses
Well,
play.
Technically, I would say they only gave up 3 points because the fumble pick, whatever that was, the backwards pass, that was all Jarrett Stidham.
Yeah.
So the defense really only gave up 3 points.
Yeah, it was a I don't even know.
It was a
what
weird
word-
one. It was
what
a
word could describe that? 'Cause
A great game until the second half.
until the second half. Yeah, it was a great first half. Entertaining. The second half came and New England Patriots in all white in the snow doesn't work well for Jarrett Stidham. He ends up throwing a pick. However, Jarrett Stidham, 17 for 31. Broncos had him slinging it a lot.
Yeah, they didn't really rely on the run game as much as you would have expected.
Yeah.
They looked for him to throw the ball, but it was hard to throw the ball in that snowy environment in that second half.
Yeah. And then they also, towards the second half, I mean, once you're down, you got to get downfield, and you just got to go to what's working. And neither team could run the ball in the second half. Like, they're just slipping all over the place. So it kind of helped. I mean, they had to throw the ball and then ended up getting picked off, which sucks. But
Right. And RJ Harvey had 13 for 37 and 2.8 on per carry. It's not a great stat line for running backs. Ramondre Stevenson also had 2.8 per carry, but he ended up with 25 carries and 71 yards. So Patriots just kept at it a little longer.
Drake May on the ground was really effective in this one.
That's what I was gonna
65
say.
yards and a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
So you look at the 86 yards passing, and you're like, okay, that's a really bad game for the MVP candidate.
yeah.
But then you see what he's doing on the ground, and it takes away from that.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. The big difference in this game was Drake May on the ground, just being able to create plays by himself, especially when he got caught up in the Denver pass rush, which is one of the best in the league, and he just was able to escape and get first downs quick, especially at the end of the game.
Yeah, Drake May really showing his pocket presence in this game, being able to cut in between blockers and run upfield for 6.5 a carry. Easy math, 10 carries, 65 yards. It's great. It's great for him, even in a slow shootout like this.
Complete opposite of the other.
Complete opposite of this
game.
other game. Rams-Seahawks, it was a shootout, except in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Zeros in the fourth quarter. Other than that, game was 27-31 in favor of the Seahawks. Sam Darnold had a terrific game. 346 yards, 3 touchdowns. Wow.
Matthew Stafford
Also had a game.
Also had a great game. Yes, exactly. This was an absolute QB duel going on right here in Seattle. The defenses didn't show up until the fourth quarter, like you said. Puka Nacua, Jackson Smith, and Ajigba, awesome game receiving-wise. It was just an offensive game the whole way through.
Yeah, and I mean, chalk it up with special teams for that loss for the Rams, I'd say. But more than that can be put in the offseason for sure. But I think I saw the Seahawks winning that one anyways. So
Yeah, Seahawks have a very well-built team, even with their running back 2 going out. Kenneth Walker held his own very well, 19 carries, 62 yards. Very similar stats on the other side, but split in between Blake Corum and Kyron Williams. 19 total carries there, 94 rushing yards between the two.
Matthew Stafford with 16 yards rushing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
13 yard
It's
rush.
something you see all the time.
It was This game had a lot of yards come from both teams, and it's just last to have the lead there. And both teams had an opportunity in the fourth quarter to seal it, and neither could come away.
Yeah, these are the best two offensive teams in the whole league, in my opinion. And like I said last week, I think I thought the winner of this game is going to destroy whoever came out of the AFC, and I still very much believe that.
I agree completely.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll go to the extreme of destroy.
No, I don't want to say it's destroy, but I want to say they should be heavily favored.
Yeah, I think
against
the
Patriots.
Seahawks are going to win.
Yeah.
It's-
I could see.
And they're 4.5-point favorites right now, so it's
Yeah.
like Vegas is also agreeing, but
right. The only thing to me is going to be the Patriots' defense and how they play. I think that'll be the game changer in between if the Patriots have the win or if they lose. Because if the Patriots' defense is holes everywhere, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
I also would like to add something that I just saw while looking at this. Drake May is questionable.
Oh, is he?
For what?
He hurt his shoulder during the game, I think, and did not participate in throwing drills during the portion of Thursday's practice open to the media.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's interesting.
That
Vrabel
is-
says he's not concerned, though, so...
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's got the Pro Bowl week to figure it out. Yeah, Pro Bowl week.
And
We
they're-
can get to that later. Oh, man.
And their second string's Joshua Dobbs.
No,
Oh,
it's Tommy
yeah.
DeVito!
Tommy
Tommy
DeVito?
DeVito!
Oh gosh,
Give me Tommy DeVito, Drew Lock in the Super Bowl right now.
that'd be insane.
Back to the serious topic of the Super Bowl. This is going to be a great game. This is going to be the best defense I think the Seattle offense has seen the whole entire year.
I would say the Rams had a good defense. They just
The first game was when
Yeah.
we had a decent defense.
they just didn't perform these past couple times.
yeah.
Wait, you said that this is the best defense the Seahawks will see
They have faced
this year?
this year.
I gotta go look.
I mean, they did play the Texans.
Texans defense is better.
Yeah. Other than that,
Than the
Well,
Yeah.
against the Texans defense, the Seahawks won 27-19.
yeah.
Yeah.
27 points is a lot for a good NFL
Texans
offense.
also being within 8 is something to note for the Patriots.
True, because the Patriots did play a good game against the Texans in the divisional round.
Good game's a stretch.
And it was also snowing and raining in that game. It was
It snows
bad
every
weather.
day.
Jeez, the
And they had
Patriots are
C.J.
just
Stroud.
merchants of the weather. Like,
Chalk up to CJ Stroud for that loss too.
oh yeah, oh my god.
How many interceptions did
I
he
think
have?
5 turnovers.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Also, the center throwing the ball over
Yeah.
C.J.
Yeah,
Stroud.
that was not good.
The center also did that against the Steelers, but the Steelers couldn't.
4 interceptions.
What does he just love to
my
throw the
God.
center over the ball over CJ Stroud's head?
It must be their favorite pastime. I don't know. Is that what they do in Texas?
I think I remember
What?
saying their second string for the Texans was injured, so they couldn't put him in anyways if they wanted to. I think.
I don't even know who that is.
Davis Mills? Is it still Davis
Yeah, I
Mills?
think
Yes,
so.
it is.
And I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
It said he was. Like I saw he was injured
did
or
not look
something.
that up.
Yeah, because he came in the game against the Broncos when they played him.
And the Bills, and they won. I think so.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Super Bowl.
This is it.
Super.
All on the
Bowl.
line. And we have a great halftime show. Bad Bunny and the
Yeah.
halftime show.
Hey, what do you feel about
Gabe,
that?
And
my
Green
favorite
Day.
artist.
Don't forget Green
Oh,
Day.
and Green Day.
Well, Green Day's the pregame, isn't
I think so.
I think so.
I know.
Who's singing the anthem?
Charlie Puth.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That's
that's a
good.
poll.
Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting marketing choice, but I like Bad Bunny, so I'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great Super Bowl. It's going to be either a shootout or a slugfest. We don't know which one yet, but that is the way the Super Bowl has gone. Now, for the other teams that are no longer in the playoff bracket, the coaching carousel has been quite active these past couple weeks.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting their head coaches and defensive coordinators figured out. And let's start with the Bills upgrading Joe Brady to be their head coach. Where do we feel on that?
Stupidest decision ever.
Yeah,
How do you
that's-
fire the guy and then promote the guy that's supposed to be helping him?
That doesn't make sense to me.
They should not have fired. They should not have fired him. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, McDermott wasn't the only reason they were not good. Like,
He also led them to play the Broncos, which the Broncos at the time were the best team in the NFL, in my opinion. If Bo Nix stays healthy, they beat the Patriots. I don't think you should fire McDermott after he played They played a great game.
After you lose to the 1 seed.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I think one more year.
Like, even if people are saying this is your best shot because the Chiefs aren't in there, like, that doesn't mean there's not going to be good teams. Like, the Broncos are a great team.
Right.
So
Uh,
losing
what
to
I-
them shouldn't take away the whole season.
What
how
I
they went.
heard after the firing was that Sean McDermott had a meeting with the GM and the owner, and the GM and owner asked McDermott what he thought was wrong with the Bills, and they didn't like whatever McDermott answered, and so they fired him because he didn't have the right vision or whatever. But it seems like McDermott's taking a year off. He will be in the next coaching carousel. Cleveland Browns hire Todd Monken, Ravens offensive coordinator. Interdivision.
Returning to the Browns. He was their DC back in the day, like 2019.
The Browns
He
are
was
the
their
Browns.
OC in 2019.
They were always brown.
And
Browns will brown.
he did talk a
Browns.
lot of he did talk down on the Browns whenever he was there with Freddie Kitchens as his head coach.
I don't think it's a good hire, to be honest with
I
you.
think it's a not great hire. And then on top of this, you have extremely upset your terrific defensive coordinator, Jim Schwartz, who left the facility and has not returned yet.
Oh, God.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Alicia Doors in the Pro Bowl, guys. This
Oh,
changes
yeah. Let's
absolutely
go.
everything. Perfect timing in the Pro Bowl.
Put his number up.
Yeah.
In the rafters
Yeah,
right
in the
now.
Rafters.
But back to Todd.
Just don't understand what you see after this Baltimore Ravens offense this year.
They
Yeah.
looked terrible.
I mean, they had their highs and their lows, but like, what did you just watch week 1? Like,
Yeah. I mean,
Is
you
that
can
it?
chalk it
Exactly.
up like Lamar was gone for a little while, but still they didn't play the greatest with him. So
And on the other side of this, the Ravens have hired their new head coach, Jesse Minter, defensive coordinator of the Chargers, and also former Michigan coaching staff.
Michigan man.
I
Oh my.
I like Jesse Minter. I like the hire. I think it's a good hire for the Ravens. He's a very defensive-minded coach, and I feel like the Ravens build their team on defense always.
Yeah, I mean, he did good at Michigan. He did all right with the Chargers this year, and he's young,
Yeah.
which is what they wanted.
I don't think it's a horrible decision. And I mean, there's obviously you're gonna have to see how it goes, but
And it also really depends on who's going to come in for the offense because you got to please Lamar.
This is true. And also, I think we've already talked about this, but Giants get John Harbaugh. Huge. I think the Giants job was the best job available at the time. Bills might have superseded that with firing McDermott, but also the Bills roster isn't the best. Giants have young quarterback, young running back, young receivers, young defense. Everything that you really want, because then you have so much salary cap to move things around and get even better for at least this next 2 years before some of the defensive guys start aging out, and then next 4 years for some of these offensive guys.
And you also forgot they have a top 5 draft pick coming in this year. So the Giants are loaded with a bunch of young talent, and they just needed a veteran head coach to lead the way like John Harbaugh.
yeah,
So
I really think they're set up
a
for
good hire.
success right here. And I know you're definitely looking forward to what happens next season. But I mean, I've never really had anything against the Giants, so I'll definitely be looking at it.
It's will the Giants come back to Eli Manning days? Probably not instantly. You need a couple years of development
Yeah,
still
for
especially with Jackson Dart leading with his head so often. He needs to stop doing that. Cam Scatterbu, probably the same thing. He also needs to tuck his head back a little more. If those guys can stay healthy and you get maybe a second running back in there that can be as excellent as Scatterbu, and then you've got another running back there. He's not
Tyrone Tracy?
Tyrone Tracy. He's Tyrone Tracy.
He is a Purdue grad, so
Ugh.
Oh shoot!
my favorite Purdue person ever.
And
Tyrone Tracy.
And if Malik Neighbors stays healthy,
Exactly.
Like neighbor stays healthy. Yeah, there's a lot there
A
that
lot of question marks.
not a lot of there that needs to go right.
Yes.
Falcons overhaul pretty much a lot. They get Matt Ryan as president of football. They get Kevin Stefanski for head coach, and they get the Browns offensive coordinator Tommy Rees for the same role.
I mean, they were looking all right towards the end of the season. I mean, like obviously they're playing knowing they're not going anywhere, but like
Right.
beat the Rams and then I mean, they just look good. Like they could definitely go somewhere with the team.
Kevin Stefanski, 2-time Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
He's not.
Yeah, he's legit.
He's a pretty good coach, and being trapped on the Browns and getting the first playoff win in I think it was 30 years, before they blew up their roster, and it's just the Browns are a hard place to win historically, and he's going to the Falcons where they have high hopes.
Yeah.
Again, I feel like they have a really young roster. You have the running back. You have Bijan. I feel like all you need is to find your franchise quarterback. Michael Penix doesn't seem to be the guy right now.
Yeah, he's always been injury prone too.
Yeah,
So,
that's a big
always.
That's the big hole for Kevin Stefanski to find out who his quarterback is going to be next year.
Now, one that is controversial within this booth, the Tennessee Titans have hired Robert Saleh as their next head coach. I personally like it because I don't want to take anything that he did with the Jets to be signifying of what's to come for the Titans because A, he had Aaron Rodgers managing the team, and B, Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles, forced to be with Zach Wilson.
I remember there being like some problems with that too, with Rodgers and Saleh, I believe. Wasn't
I
there a
think
little bit
there's
of beef
something-
between them? Not beef, but like they probably just disagreed a lot. So
That tends to be a pattern with Aaron Rodgers
Yeah.
is disagreeing with play calls, trying to get on the same page. And speaking of Aaron Rodgers, the Steelers have hired Aaron Rodgers' favorite as their new head coach, Mike McCarthy.
take it away, Gabe.
Ooh.
So, been to a Super Bowl, won the Super Bowl against the Steelers.
16 years ago.
Yeah, 16 years ago. Cowboys head coach, not terrific there. Not awful either. He was in charge of the offense, and the offense was successful when he was there.
Middle ground.
Yeah. His defense was always the problem there, and he's not in complete control of it. He definitely has a say of it. McCarthy is from Pittsburgh area. He loves Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh probably will like him for being a Yinzer, but I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. I feel like you're going defensive Mike Tomlin, mediocre, to offensive Mike McCarthy, mediocre. And I just don't know if it's the greatest trade. I feel like if you're going to fire or push out a head coach like they did probably, you want to go upwards rather than laterally, and that didn't happen.
What I'm looking at right here is these are Tomlin and McCarthy, the comparison. They are both really experienced head coaches. McCarthy made 12 playoff appearances when Tomlin made 13. Same amount of division titles, 8 apiece.
Yeah.
And the playoff record, McCarthy was 11-11, and Tomlin was 8-12.
That's the only difference is the fact that
McCarthy,
Tomlin won every year. Like
Yes.
at least they made it to 500. McCarthy the last Cowboys years was not good.
Yeah.
And then last few years in Green Bay, after Rodgers left, not good.
Yeah, and also with Mike McCarthy, he says he absolutely wants to look into Aaron Rodgers coming back, which for me, I don't want Rodgers to come back. I want to lose some games so they can get a quarterback.
Yeah.
And if you're stuck at this year, they were not good, and they have the 20th pick in the draft. That is far too late to get a quarterback in a meaningful quarterback draft. This draft, you might be able to get Ty Simpson at 20 because this draft class is just kind of lacking other than Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah.
when you look, there's no stars when you look later in the draft like a quarterback. So I think the move is you sign a veteran quarterback, maybe like a Justin Fields per se, to quarterback your team for this year. And Justin Fields knows how to lose. If anyone knows how to lose, he did a lot with the Jets, got him a top 3 pick this year, and they didn't get the franchise guy because Dante Moore decided, let's go back to college one more year.
Trade it.
They should trade it, exactly,
Yeah, I think they should. I mean, you might as well try and go get some more picks.
and save the franchise.
Save it.
Yeah, I like Justin Fields when he was on the Steelers. I thought he was going to re-sign. In fact, I thought he was going to re-sign so much that I bought a Justin Fields jersey. Luckily, I bought an official jersey, which has the jersey insurance. So I swapped it out for a TJ Watt jersey. Saved me that heartache.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed Justin Fields when he was on the Steelers. I just like his dual threat. I understand he's not the greatest passer. I watched a lot of film when he was on the team, and he definitely missed a lot. He missed a lot of passes. He missed a lot of reads, but his legs were just so crucial. And I saw him in person against the Colts, and that Colts loss was not his fault. Center threw it over his head for probably the 4th time that season. It was a bad rep for Fields, but I still enjoyed him.
I've just been looking up while we're talking about Steelers might be trying to pursue Malik Willis. What do you feel about that?
So in that draft, in Malik Willis's draft class, that was Malik Willis and it was Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis. Who was out of UNC that year? He's in the UFL now. Oh man. Anyways, bad draft class. There was a lot of talk about who the Steelers were going to pick because they needed a quarterback.
Sam Howell.
Yes,
Sam Howell. Yeah. I thought that I wanted Malik Willis out of that draft, not Kenny Pickett. And so far, Malik Willis has played better than Kenny Pickett. Now, Malik Willis has only played in a few games compared to Kenny Pickett. So I would be okay with a Malik Willis, try it for a year if it turns into something. Also, what we're forgetting about most is Will Howard is in the backfield.
Oh my gosh.
For the Steelers. Yeah. And he won a national championship. He just fell down in the draft.
Yeah.
Do you know
who else won a national championship?
Fernando Mendoza.
Stetson Bennett.
Stetson Bennett. He did win a national
Around the
championship.
same exact age
Stetson Bennett.
as Will Howard.
He's looked like crap in the preseason games, though.
Yeah.
Somebody I think the Steelers should take a chance on. If they don't get Justin Fields, somebody like a Zach Wilson. Give him a starting role. We see how Sam Darnold's playing on the Seahawks in a new role, new system. So I think
is
Zach Wilson
still on the Broncos?
Nope.
No, Dolphins.
Oh, Dolphins. Okay.
So if you give Zach Wilson a chance, if you give him a starting role, just go get it again.
It's also a lot better of a position
Than being on the Jets.
Being on the Jets,
Exactly.
which is also my reasoning for Robert Saleh. And I realize now we kind of glanced over Saleh. I didn't give you guys a chance to talk about your pieces. If you guys would like to comment on Saleh.
So I think he's a great defensive coordinator. We saw him with the Jets not be able to win, which winning is such an important part of the game today. Why coaches don't have a job. I could like you as a coach, but you don't win, you're out.
Do you think that's part of him or just the team that he was coaching? Do you think he'd be better on a different team? I mean, it's the
That's
Titans.
kind of true.
So.
Well, you're going from the Jets to the Titans.
Yeah.
They're not really
It's not
special
great.
about that.
I think the Titans are still going to be the same team that we know and love.
Yeah.
They're still going to be bad to mediocre. Cam Ward needs to have a big year, and I don't think Saleh's the right coach to develop him. Great defensive coordinator.
Saleh is not an offensive coach, so
Yeah.
he won't
Exactly.
develop
It
him.
won't be him. I just feel like there is enough on the defense that Saleh can work with to be manageable.
Yeah.
And they have a high pick for whatever piece he decides they need, whether that's defense or I believe a better decision would be receiver because no one on the Titans can catch a ball, including Calvin Ridley. It's a bad spot. But if they get the right pieces in the right spot, with the right offensive coordinator.
Uh-huh. Wait, that's what I was about to say. They got a new OC. And he's a pretty good offensive mind.
This is a fair point.
And pending the last 2 jobs left, if he stays as the offensive coordinator, he is going to use Cam Ward pretty well, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been some glimpses of Cam Ward where he's looked decent.
He has made some really good throws that just haven't been caught.
Yeah.
And it's a bad reflection on him. But Brian Dable I know the saying is kind of getting old now. He built Josh Allen. He's the reason the system is around Josh Allen. But he's also looking at what his offense did with Jackson Dart. It wasn't bad.
Not even Jackson Dart. Daniel Jones year they made the playoffs.
His first
He
year,
was so good.
head coaching. Brian Dable.
He won Coach
of the Year. He was the best coach in the NFL and couldn't even come close to that afterwards.
I just feel like if he had better defensive coaching within either him or around him, it would have gone better for him because the Giants' defense has been horrible these past couple of years. It didn't what was the stat about fourth quarter losses this year with the Giants? It was bad against the Bears, against Broncos, the Cowboys. It
just kept happening over
kept
and over.
happening.
Five fourth quarter losses.
Oh my Lord. They could have been somewhat a playoff team in the race. But back to the Titans, they have two of New York's worst coaches of all time. Robert Saleh manning the ship and Brian Dable as his right-hand man, as his offensive coordinator.
I think it could go well.
I think it could go well.
I think Dable would be awesome for would be great for Cam Ward, considering how good he developed Josh Allen, but how bad he did with Daniel Jones. Is Daniel Jones a good quarterback? I don't think so. So I think he does good with Cam Ward.
Daniel Jones pre-Achilles tear, pretty good.
Yeah, you heard the people on our floor. They liked
Daniel Jones 2022, pretty good.
Saquon Barkley 2022 also carried him to a playoff win.
Saquon Barkley is also a pretty key piece. I mean, 1 year with the Eagles takes them to a
almost
Super Bowl.
historic season.
Yeah.
So
it's definitely a piece that can be debated. I think Brian Dable and Robert Saleh is a great combo because you have two brilliant minds at opposite sides of the ball, and it helps to balance it out. Whereas Brian Dable on the Giants maybe didn't have the greatest defensive minds around him to counter him.
yeah.
So what I'm reading here is Saleh is going to call the plays on the defensive side.
That makes sense.
He didn't do that with the Jets, so maybe you're getting a new look here of him calling defensive plays instead of relying on a defensive coordinator, because we know he's established defensive coordinator already. He did it last year.
Right. And yeah, calling plays is a big thing. That's also something I heard about Mike McCarthy is that he is going to be calling the offense, which I don't know if I like that or not. I tell you one thing I do like about the offensive side of the Steelers. It is their offensive coordinator is gone to Ohio State, and vacancy to be filled by someone that actually wants to pass the ball instead of Arthur Smith, who only wants to throw it to Jonnu Smith.
Yeah.
Ohio State developing a great coaching room right now.
Ryan
Day, Arthur Smith, just great.
Speaking of coordinators, Mike McDaniel to the Chargers.
Pending the
defensive
last two
coordinator.
jobs.
Yeah.
Because he is in the, I was looking into it a little bit. He is one of the last three in the interviewing. Wait. No, he's not. Wait.
I think he's.
No, he's not in the pool anymore for the Raiders. They're down to 3. The Raiders are down to 3.
I'm reading an article right now. It says Mike McDaniel geeked to work with Justin Herbert.
Of course he is. Look at the dude.
Geeked.
Something that's interested me this carousel is how many people pulled their names from the Browns job. There was a significant amount of coordinators and coaches that said, nope, I don't want to be the head coach of the Browns.
I mean, I would have felt really bad for the Browns if they got Chris Shula from how he's defensively coached the last couple of Rams games, but he said that as well from what I heard. So
everyone wanted to
interesting
avoid
thing. Yeah.
whatever was happening in Cleveland, whatever mess continues to happen in Cleveland.
I also saw the Jets reached out to, Barstool.
John Gruden.
They reached out to
Wow,
John Gruden,
great.
and John Gruden declined.
Whoa, no,
What?
Do you think he would have accepted somewhere else, or you think he's just not coaching? in the
He
NFL?
would have accepted probably 2 to 3 places, I'd think.
Yeah.
I think he'd go to the Ravens. He would have gone to the Bills. He would have gone, I'd even say the Falcons.
Yeah.
Do you see that working out from how it went in the past? Not like with coaching, just like the whole controversy. Like, do you think he would
I don't think the
stay.
controversy will matter anymore.
Yeah.
I think it's more about how he'll do as a coach because he has not coached in over 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's been out of the loop for a while. I said last week or a couple weeks ago, if John Gruden comes back to coaching, I think it would be in college. I think that would be the
That's right.
better
Yeah.
fit for him. It's also like he said some things that coaches and organizations probably don't want him to be around for. So, but Barstool, he's done a great job at Barstool with the quarterback classes and that stuff. He's really good at entertainment, and he's done a great job there. So maybe he just wants to stay over there too.
So speaking of the Jets, who do we think their next head coach is going to be? You think they go after somebody like Mike Tomlin, or do we think they shy away from that?
Mike Tomlin is still under contract with the Steelers. They would have to trade for him.
So is like Tomlin like gonna be like on TV during this,
Like,
or you think
what-
he's just like taking
I
time
think-
off?
I think
How long is his contract?
he has one more year on his contract.
Okay, so
So, well, I don't really know how it works.
Yeah.
Because when you resign, I think your contract goes on pause.
Mhm.
And then when you decide to come back, they still have to trade for it.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing with Sean Payton.
Yeah.
When he went to media for a year or two, I don't remember
Mhm.
which, the Broncos had to trade for him.
Yeah.
So it's worked out well for the Broncos.
oh yeah, it does.
So I see 6 hours ago, Seahawks OC Clint Kubiak
Yes.
is interviewing for Cardinals and
So
Raiders.
I have a news article pulled up from a
Sweet.
Cardinals source. He says they've narrowed the search to 3 candidates. They are down to Anthony Campanelle, the Jags DC,
Mhm.
Raheem Morris,
All right.
and Mike LaFleur.
I see.
So Mike LaFleur does not call the plays for the Rams, so that's his big
Yeah.
minus right now. He's young though, and his brother is a pretty dang good football coach.
Yeah, I definitely think your name gets you somewhere with
It's all
NFL jobs.
nepotism.
There's definitely a lot of nepotism that comes with being athletes and being within the coaching circle, because Mike Tomlin said this about having the Watt brothers and having the Hayward brothers on the same team is genetics help with athletics.
Yeah.
So that was Tomlin's reasoning there. It's definitely, I could see Mike LaFleur being a head coach.
Yeah.
It maybe not this year, soon could definitely happen.
Yeah, I think he needs to take in play calling at least somewhere. If
least
it's not
1
with the
year.
Rams,
Yeah.
like that would be very important. And even then, I guess there's many NFL coaches that are pretty good that don't call plays,
Yeah.
which he just got to get an OC that matches his style if he wants to do that.
He already had an interview with the Cardinals. He
Yes,
left
he's had 2
without a
interviews.
contract.
2 interviews, I'm pretty sure.
So he right now is the betting favorite to be the Cardinals coach.
Yes,
If all things go to plan, I think he will be the Cardinals coach. It's just they have to get that contract done.
I think we're at the point in the coaching carousel where it's like, are there any great options left? I don't know if there really is.
Yeah, I'm on a Raiders website right now, and it's
Yep.
like just talking about all their
I'm
different
2026
options.
head coach candidate tracker. Yeah.
Yeah, and like they have Nate Scheelhaase, which is passing edge coordinator for the Rams as well on there. I mean, like they're getting down to.
Except I think
Davis Webb, the dude's like 29.
Yeah,
I think Scheelhaase announced today that he was staying with the Rams.
I think I saw that too, so they probably should update that. But
And Dable's gone on here.
yeah,
Well, Dable isn't gone, and then Joe Brady, he's obviously gone now.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised Mike McDaniel didn't want to look at some of the head coaching jobs. But it also kind of makes sense. Go to an established offense, look really good, and then be the next hot head coach, which is probably going to be better for his contract.
I'd say so.
So yeah, teams are running out of options rather quickly. They could look towards like a Brian Flores maybe, who's still on the market. That would be a great hire for a team
Oh yeah,
to go out, like the Raiders, to go get Brian Flores and pair him up with Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, I'm just looking and like because I'm I'm not a fan of the Raiders. I'll
Right.
still be a Rams fan, but I just want to see like Mendoza do good.
Yeah,
Just
right.
as a IU fan, obviously.
Didn't Brian Flores have like major issues with Tua? Like, was that a story that happened?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
I thought he was before Tua. Oh wait, yeah, he was before.
No,
he was
no.
during.
Was deeply strained with Tua later calling Flores a terrible person, describing toxic environment.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
things aren't good with both of them.
Speaking of the Dolphins, are they sticking with Quinn Ewers or like what are they doing?
I don't know if this is the class to draft. So maybe you do
Yeah.
give Quinn Ewers a chance and then let it ride.
Yeah, we'll
Broncos
see.
country.
Let's ride.
Can we talk about their head coach? I can't lie to you. I don't even know who this guy is.
For who?
Jeff Hafley, the new Dolphins head coach.
Oh, yeah, I
yeah.
saw that.
Packers
we didn't
DC.
say anything about it, but yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
recognize that name.
He is kind of a sleeper pick, I guess.
Yeah, I mean the Packers defense was the
Yeah.
worst thing, I guess, but
They also lost Micah Parsons
yeah,
somewhere
that's
in
true.
there.
Yeah, I don't know about this hire. I don't know.
People were also saying the same thing about the Jags last year, and look where they ended up.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Look where the Jags ended up.
I wasn't expecting that whatsoever.
I wasn't expecting the Jaguars to make the playoffs, let
Yeah.
alone
Win the division.
win the division. Yeah.
They got a bright future for
Years.
them and the Bears being the first
Them and
new
the
head
Bears.
coaches making the playoffs. That's crazy.
Those teams have very good looks for these next couple years.
And the Pats.
Yep.
And the Pats. Pats also.
But I guess
geez.
their head coach isn't really a first head coach because he's
Vrabel.
shown up in the playoffs
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, that's the other thing to look at is Vrabel returning to the team he played for and Mike McCarthy returning to the team that he grew up loving. So maybe there's a correlation there. Maybe the Steelers will be back this year.
We can only hope.
Maybe Aaron Rodgers will return to prime time.
Prime time. I don't think Aaron Rodgers has prime time in him anymore.
Give it 6 plays.
Put Rogers' realm in there and
You gotta understand. If you don't understand, do you guys understand that joke?
yes.
Yeah.
6 plays.
Run him out there with an American flag and see how good he does
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
on a nice Monday night football game.
Oh gosh, I remember that. That was funny.
Poor Jets
I don't know.
fans.
little
He
sad,
just
but-
stood there.
Yeah.
I don't know how he didn't react to it at all.
He just didn't move.
That is the most impressive thing I think
Well,
he's
like,
ever done in his career.
I've heard like it doesn't hurt
Achilles pop?
or something. Like you don't feel it. You just know you
Achilles
can't walk.
pop
No,
is the
Achilles
one
you
that
feel
hurts.
it. ACL you don't feel
Okay,
it.
that's what it is.
The knee ones you don't feel. You
Yeah.
just can't bend. Achilles
It's
you
like
feel.
the cutting motion in the ACL. You can't you can walk still, you can move perfectly. You just can't make the cutting motion.
Mhm.
Once you get surgery is once it's bad for the
I see,
ACL.
yeah.
Yeah, with Achilles, oh man, that's one of my worst fears, and I don't even
Yeah,
like
just
play
like watching
sports.
like the slow motion of it
Oh.
popping is just
Ugh.
absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, it's not a fun thing to
That
think
happened.
about.
That didn't happen to George Kittle in the playoffs. That happened right before, right?
It was.
It was in the
No, it was in the playoffs.
It was?
Playoffs.
It was
First
against
round.
the Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's.
Ugh,
Ugh. I hate it.
not a good
I
injury.
never like injuries on any player. Achilles is just. I think that's the worst to
Yeah.
see.
And I think that is going to wrap up our talk of the NFL coaching carousel and the Super Bowl preview. We will be back next week with film for this Super Bowl preview. Thank you for watching. Join us next time on Inside the Playbook.